Welcome back to the next lesson about creating trousers. In this lesson, we create the basic bottom. We stitch up the main leg pattern first, without all the other details like waistband, pockets, and fly. You can choose to complete this step before watching the video, or you can follow along with the video. Do you remember the best cluster for us to arrange our pant leg patterns into? Is it A, front leg clusters, B, side leg clusters, or C, back leg clusters? If your answer is B, then you are correct. We need to drag and drop the leg patterns into the side leg clusters and align them along the side seam. Since we have side pockets, we need to add in the side pocket facing into the side leg cluster as well. Next, we need to adjust the 3D layers. Since the trousers have pockets, we should increase the 3D layer of the leg patterns. We increase the layers of the leg patterns to layer 4. The pocket-facing patterns can remain at layer 2 for now. We ensure that the correct avatar is loaded in the 3D window. According to the specification sheet, we should use Oliver L. You can download the avatar from the download section and import into VStitcher. Once the avatar is loaded into the 3D window, we can prepare the patterns. Now we stitch the patterns. We use multi-stitch to stitch the side seams of the pants. Remember that the side edge of the pocket facing also needs to be selected when stitching. In the 2D window, we stitch the front inseam to the back inseam. Since we are not creating the fly now, we can stitch the front rise closed first. We will unstitch it later. We stitch the back rise as well. Before we click dress, we need to add the double dart on the back leg patterns. There are already notches and points here to indicate the dart position. Let's recall how to add a dart. Do we A. Use the pen tool to draw the dart shape, then convert to dart? B. Use the Insert Dart tool. Both options are correct, but it depends on how the patterns were prepared. If the dart allowance is already added to the pattern, we use option A. If the dart allowance is not yet added, using the Insert Dart tool would be correct. The better choice for the file we are working on here is to add an internal line and convert it to a dart. There are already points to mark the positions of the darts. We select the pen tool and ensure that Edit Points is disabled. Then we enable Snap to Point. We start drawing the internal lines from the notch to the internal point and back to the other notch. We repeat the same for the other dart. Then, using the Select tool, we click the internal line, go to the context view, and click Convert to Dart. Let's dress the garment. It looked like we missed one stitch on the waist. We return to Prepare mode. We need to stitch this edge of the pocket facing to the waist of the front leg pattern. It's essential that we match the stitch. Then, we click Dress and Finish. Since we have not added the waistband, it may be a little loose, so ensure that we finish the simulation before the pants drops. If we want, we can even stitch the pocket closed first, and then unstitch it later on, just like what we did for the fly of the trouser. Great! And we're done! Remember to save your file before moving on to the next lesson.